Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy. If you hear any noises in the background, construction noises, air conditioner noises, cat noises, apologies, but there will be some of that in this video. So I wanted to do this video because, you know, it's been accountability for me, and I really need some accountability right now. Because I don't know what I'm titling this video, but it's gonna be I messed up or I failed or something like that. Well, it's not necessarily like a fail or mess up or fuck up completely, but I have learned from this quarter. So it is Q3. There's only about 3 months left of the year. Isn't that insane? So anyways, I wanted to do an update about the no buy, low buy / project pan that I'm doing. I think for Project Pan though, there really isn't much to update, to be quite honest. I want to do a separate video about, you know, that I think, and then also the empties I've been having so far. So if you don't remember the list that I had for my low buy, no buy, this is the kind of refresher. So for each category, I will talk about all the stuff that I didn't really buy, and then I'll go to the category where I kind of made my little hiccup. So I did not buy any perfume, no makeup. So that's very good. I didn't buy any blind boxes. I didn't buy any games. At least like, you know, digital like console games. Does it count if I went to Cancun airport and bought a game, like a little mini board game? I mean, technically it's not really a board game either. It's like Loteria. Does that count? But technically it wasn't even my money. That money was family money, like our vacation trip money. Anyways, also I did not buy any pins or keychains during this period as well. Skincare. So I don't think I bought any new skincare that I was like dying to try. I did buy replacements for my skincare. So for example, like my favorite serum, I repurchased that. Was dishware, cups and mugs. I did not buy any dishware, cups and mugs. I think though I did while I was in Cancun. I did buy some spoons. So does that count? I don't know. And then they were like wooden spoons, and I was like, oh, they're really cute, and I could like use it to measure out stuff or cook or eat dessert. Anyways, does that count? I don't know if that counts, but anyways, it doesn't matter because I am doing a no buy / low buy. Oh my god, I can't speak. I think I need some water. But yeah, so technically I didn't buy like a crazy amount of it. The last two categories I did not kind of really buy was clutter around the house. So I didn't buy any more knickknacks for around the house or anything like that, or little decorations, because as you know, I'm a very boring person. I don't really decorate my house too much. Interior design is not my forte. Maybe if I got a place where I'm like in love with and I really want to take my time doing that, but you know, I'm fine with having a plain house. And then the last category was technology. I didn't buy any new technology, so yay. Okay, the category where I did my big one, was clothing. So to kind of put into some context, not that I'm justifying it, I'm trying to put into context. Oh my god, sorry, I just got my hair permed today, so I'm not used to having my hair like this curly, but to put things into context, because I think it might be beneficial as to like almost like a psychology into why I spent so much or why I did what I did. So context, I sold my house last month. Yeah, in August. Okay, end of August I sold my house, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I happened to come upon a large sum of money. Okay, obviously I put that money into my investing, my TFSA and things like that. Okay, so I am investing. I'm putting a lot of it into savings as well. But I was just like, oh my god, for some reason I have this mentality where I'm like, I deserve something. It's like a treat. So I started with just like a small little purchase, and then it kind of snowballed. What I mean by that is I was in Mexico and there was like a clothing item. I know I said I only want to thrift clothing items. So this was a big one for me. So where I was thinking, you know, this is really nice. I think I could see myself wearing it. So I bought it. When I got home to Canada and I ended up getting sick after my trip, I was just like, I'm bored. I'm going to just browse online. I'm not going to really buy anything. I'm just going to browse, you know, just to double check. And I was just browsing. I was like, oh my God, it's autumn. And like, I love autumn. It's my favorite season. I love wearing sweaters and things like that. And I was just thinking, you know what? There is a lack in my wardrobe. Like, I don't love all the sweaters that I have. So I went on some websites and I was like, oh wow, these sweaters are so lovely. And I think when I was sick, I was spending a lot of time watching a lot of fashion content. Anyways, and you know, all the different messaging I was getting, it ultimately, regardless of the messaging that I was getting, I made that decision, right? Like, I chose to click purchase. I chose to buy and put in my cart and pay for it, right? So there's no one else to blame but me. I like to just add the context though to kind of see why I kind of made those decisions to buy these clothing items, even though I told myself this year, Nancy, you cannot buy any new clothes. Besides thrifting, that was the only caveat. So what am I doing now? Okay, so what did I do? I literally was like, oh my God, Nancy, like I just took a look at my credit card statement and I was like, this is insane. And yes, I can afford it. There's not to say like just I'm going into debt for clothing or anything like that, but it is a little bit of a reality check because I'm just like, dang girl, like you just were sick for a week and then you decided to go on a little shopping spree because you felt like there was a lack in your wardrobe. And then also it was so nice and you thought that, oh, these quality of the material is nice, but I forgot to follow one of the rules I had put on myself at the beginning of this no buy, right? Like I remember saying in the very first video where I was doing no buy, low buy, that I put a rule for myself where I'm supposed to put something in my cart for at least 48 hours or a week before I purchase. But, you know, during my time where I was sick, I don't know if I was delirious or I just wanted instant gratification and dopamine, where I just was like, yes, check out, that makes sense. I totally will wear it. And I'm not saying I regret my purchases because I love my purchases. This is one of them, by the way. I'm not going to go and delve into everything that I got because it is a little bit embarrassing. Okay, I didn't buy a lot of pieces, but what I did was I spent a lot of money on a few pieces, if that makes sense. So that's why it's kind of like, ugh, Nancy, what did you do that? Another thing, after I looked at my credit card statement and I was like, oh my God, Nancy, what the heck did you do? I actually started my budgeting again. That was another thing that I want to implement because I used to budget. Actually, I have a like Excel sheet, like Google Sheets tracker that I use. I bought a template online. You don't have to use a template. You can even make up your own, but some people find, you know, budgeting apps really helpful. Some people find spreadsheets really helpful. Some people just like to write it on pen and paper. For me, like having someone pre-make a like budgeting spreadsheet was the best way for me to go. I didn't want to pay a subscription service to like a budgeting app because 99% of these budgeting apps are subscription based, and that is just another cost that I'm not willing to fork up, even though it's not that expensive. It's just something that I'm not willing to spend on. So I have implemented now that I'm gonna reintroduce my budgeting. So even though I'm not 100% strict with budgets, I'm not the type of person to be like, you have to stick up to this budget for this much. I think the practice of doing budgeting itself is a sobering reminder of, you know, what you are intaking each month and how much you are spending, right? And I think that I looked at this month's budget and I was like, okay, Nancy, it makes sense because the income influx was a lot because I got my lump sum of money from selling my house in September, and then I also spent a lot in September. I think that was like in the back of my mind head and mind that this was a justification. Not a good justification, but still, because I mean, at the very beginning of the no buy low buy, I also said that I have goals. So right now I am very happy, after I sold my home, that I have met my current investing goal so far. Obviously, the goalpost will always change every time. So once you meet the goalpost, it will keep changing, right? Because, there's always the need for and desire for things and more. That's just human nature. I don't think it is a good thing for me to kind of put myself on a downward spiral to be like, oh my god, Nancy, you're so bad, like you fucked up or something like that. I think it should be more so it's a learning lesson. I cannot stop myself from desiring things. We live in a world, I live in a society, right? Living in a society, being exposed to other humans and social media and marketing, we can't help but be influenced and be told messages. As I said earlier, it is not all on the onus of society and social media. At the end of the day, I am in control of my actions. And then it's just nice that you are informed that you have social and economic kind of influences around you. So I get why I made my decision. I get it. But at the same time, it felt really bad. And it is a little bit of a disappointment that I did mess up because I was doing so well for my no buy, low buy this year. So it is very good that I am making this video just to kind of keep myself in check, because I like to make videos almost like a little video diary for myself. And then just so happens that some people like to listen to it as well. I am definitely not saying I'm not gonna mess up in the future, and especially in the next quarter or the last quarter of this year, but I am actually looking forward to doing this in the upcoming year as well. Might not be a no buy, might be more so a low buy, knowing myself, and my spending habits. I don't think I can be as restrictive, I think, because when I'm restrictive, then I go out this all out binge, I think. But I am learning more about myself through this kind of challenge. And I think, reading on Reddit and different forums, oh my God, change of lighting. But reading on Reddit and different forums, and watching different videos from people, that, doing this for 1 year is great, but maybe trying to practice this and implement this as a lifestyle thing is going to be a little bit more beneficial, and it's more eye-opening. I am finding that I don't get as much out of going shopping, because I actually find it exhausting, but I need to put a little bit more friction when it comes to online shopping. Okay. But yeah, the in-person shopping, I've noticed that I don't get as much joy out of it. I think also you see there's an immediate kind of transactional piece. I don't know if it's a physical barrier that makes it so that when you spend money in person, it hurts more rather than online. It's almost it's not real. You're almost separating it from the reality. It's fake. It'll happen on a bill later, right? It'll happen on your credit card statement later, and you don't actually see it until a little while. But anyways, I didn't want this video to be too long. It's just more so just telling you how I'm doing with the no buy low buy. But yeah, I hope that if you are doing the no buy low buy, you are doing well, and if you messed up like me, it's okay. We pick ourselves back up when we implement a plan and implement change. I think for clothing wise, there's always going to be desire, right? I think because that's just one of the interests that I have. I'm not a fashionable person by any means, but I enjoy looking at cute things, and I am not the type of person where I think I will have a capsule wardrobe and things like that. That's just not the type of person I am. I don't think I'll ever have a little small closet. Um, but I think what I also want to implement, I wanted to add this in here too, actually. It's not necessarily related to no buy, low buy, but it's more so my lifestyle kind of thing that I want to do. Is I get stressed when I have too many things. I think I talked about this a little bit in previous videos, but yeah, I get stressed when I have too many things. It's overwhelming, and hence that, I guess that was one of the factors of why I want to do no buy. And you know, I think going forward, maybe in the upcoming months too, I do want to declutter a little bit more, even though I've already decluttered a lot. But you know, with many years of shopping and spending money and, you know, being consumer, it is very crazy about, you know, the amount of stuff I have, and it's still overwhelming even though I have downsized a lot. You know, I'm living in an apartment now, so that's one of the things, declutter, but also looking into no buy, low buy, and why I'm doing it in the first place. You know, I also want to increase my income a little bit, and then also potentially look into, because I've been consuming more financial content, but looking more into the Coast Fire. If you haven't looked into that before, it's essentially like financial independence and retiring early. Coast Fire meaning like you coast to it rather than being like straight up FIRE, which is like literally being so restrictive, but coasting towards it instead. So that's something that I'm trying to look into. So maybe if I do more research and kind of figure out how I want to do it, or if I'm gonna do it, because I don't want to work for a really long time. But at the same time, I always think, I'm like, you know what am I gonna do if I retire? Like, am I just gonna be bored? So yeah, because I don't know how people can just do like social media for a living. Like, don't you get bored? Anyways, so yeah, the other thing is income. That's what I wanted to talk about. So I think with the decluttering, I am also going to probably be selling more stuff as well. I literally still haven't opened my Instagram up to sell my albums. I have been doing way too many things and trying to do all this stuff. So I think that is something that I will be doing. Canada Post is on strike again, so it is really tricky. I am just trying to work with the environment that we have here right now. But yeah, so gonna sell locally some like clothing and extra things and get a little bit more cash. Anyways, I think I've been blabbing on for far too long. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comment section for me. And anyways, I will see you in my next video, hopefully soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.